Hello and welcome to the final game of the 2025 Philly Roller Derby home team season. Our matchup today is between the Passyunk Punks and the Germantown Loose Cannons. To my left is the fiercest thing typically on 8 wheels, the Death Stare.
And to my right, I have bench coach extraordinaire, the juiciest fruit in the orchard, Peach Clobber. And we're going to be your announcers for today.
If you're ready to watch some derby, say, ah! I love the participation. All right.
Start with the punks?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to get started with our Passyunk Punks. If the Passyunk Punks want to take the track. All right, and skating for the Passyunk Punks, we have number 04, Poison Ash. Number 101, Genderbender. Number 128, Molly Stryker. Number 24, Bourbon. Number 25, See You Later. Number 253, Fury. Number 311, Thigh Jakes. Number 315, Grand Larceny. Number 350, Snickerbrudel. Number 415, Lethal Audit. Number 504, Lone Rager. Number 530, Dizzy Borden. Number 419, Sam Squatch. Number 555, Cosmonauty. Number 717, Boa Constrictor. Number 76, Mortal Coil. And number 99, Russian Bayou. And on the bench for the Punks, we have Itty Bitty and Knox. Let's give it up for the Punks.
All right, now taking the track are your Germantown Loose Cannons! Starting with number 100, Antidote. Number 11, Row Beast. Number 12, Scrapple Roan. Number 19, Red Scare. Number 201, Jess Ska. Number 247, Bruise Cruise. Number 33, Speed Dial. Number 37, Dread Velvet. Number 411, Jest Dandy. Number 462, Nicole Shoulder. Number 5, Brash Knuckles. Number 51, Cass Warfare. Number 67, Smother Goose. Number 9, Lose Speed. And number 901, Stabagale. On the bench, we have BB Sting, Reba McIntyre, and Baroness de Menace. And the Cannons would like to dedicate this game to Susan de Boyne Gambone.
Our game would not be possible without our fabulous referees and non-skating officials. So let's give it up for our NSOs and our officials. Big thank you to Tombo number 5, Hot Mess Express, Sin, Barbs, Tony Baloney, Miss Overwatch, Whoopsie, Trogdora the Jaminator, Rice and Crispy Treat, and Skatanic Panic for our non-skating officials.
And for our skating officials, we have Ivy Drip, Malnear, John Dilks, Jams Joyce, Heartstopper, Kenjamin Franklin, and Smash Ketchum.
Got about 15 seconds yet till we get roller derby started. And our skaters are already heading out to the track. They're just as eager as we are to get started.
Antidote quickly makes her way through the pack as lead jammer.
And Antidote calling off the pack with Russian Bayou right on their heels. We had a short and sweet first jam, and now we're getting ready for jam 2. We have Just Dandy and Bourbon as our jammers for this next jam.
Bourbon takes lead jammer for this jam. And Dandy is out of the pack.
And after that little tumble, Bourbon smartly called off the jam with the jammer right on her heels. We have Boa Constrictor and Dread Velvet jamming.
And even after a tumble, we can rely on our...
And we have Dread Velvet out of the pack after going one-on-one with their brace.
And Boa Constrictor coming right out. Another quick jam for jam 3. Our next jammer matchup is Loose Speed against Russian Bayou.
And lead jam has been called for Russian Bayou. For those of you who may be new to roller derby, being the lead jammer has its advantages in that it allows you to end the jam whenever you want. Oh, and we see Russian Bayou sneaking by that pack another time on her scoring pass. And we've got our cheer squad cheering us on. And we've got Speed Dial out the pack, lead jammer, with Bourbon not far behind them.
Got a lot of quick jams to start out this game.
Very strategic call-offs, but 8-5, it's still early on in anybody's game. The Punks are starting with 1 in the box, meaning they have 1 less blocker to assist them at the start of this jam.
Jessica makes it quickly out.
See you later, getting held up by their pivot of the cannons. Some recycling from the blue blockers. And 1 blocker is down, going to the box.
Each team is down 1 player.
Love when things are even like that.
And the Punks end the jam with 2 in the box, Cannons with 1.
And looks like Germantown Loose Cannons have a slight lead, but in roller derby, 5-12, still anybody's game. And it looks like we have quite a few people in the penalty box. Looks like we're going to start with less players on the track than normal. Antidote just running ahead, getting out and becoming the lead jammer, while the Punks jammer is still stuck in the pack, being held by those blue blockers. Now both jammers are out of the pack. I believe Bayou is still on her, now is on her scoring pass.
As you can tell, roller derby is an incredibly physical sport, and thankfully our teams have best-in-class protection thanks to our sponsors, 187 Killer Pads and 888. We're very excited to try out some of their new gear this season, including KP44 knee pads and the classic 888 Sweat Saver helmet in new glitter colors.
You know, I have those knee pads, and they're very slim and very comfortable.
Jess Dandy, named lead jammer.
There's some good recycling on those blue blockers, but Bourbon did get out and is ready to score. When one jammer is in the box, we have what is called a power jam scenario. When there's only one jammer available to score, that usually leaves the other blockers to help provide some assistance to their own jammer. And we see with that assist from her own blockers, Bourbon skating on through. And now both jammers have re-entered. Some fancy footwork from Bourbon just then. We have another power jam scenario with a forearm penalty sending the Germantown Loose Cannons jammer to the box. Despite that though, Loose Cannons blockers still giving the Punks jammer a hard time. Bit of a standstill right now.
And we end the jam with the Germantown jammer actually being released from the box. And 2 Passyunk Punks blockers in the penalty box. I want to take a second to thank our sponsor, Jet Wine Bar. They're located just down the street at 1525 South Street in Philadelphia. It's a cozy and inviting art-filled wine garden that's open Wednesday through Saturday and is available for full or partial event buyouts. The friendly staff is there to guide you through a world of flavors from ancient vineyards and old world regions.
I remember I had like a sangria punch when I went, and it was delicious.
Oh, it's fabulous.
And Boakin Strickler out of the pack, being the lead jammer for the Punks, with
Dread
the Germantown Loose Cannons jammer right behind them.
Jess Scott taking out Boakin Strickler on the outside line and running her back.
Yes. When you hit a other skater out, we do sometimes called a run back, where you force that person to have to run back to avoid getting a track cut. You'll see this happen a lot in roller derby. If you get hungry or need a snack at any point, please check out our concessions in the back. We have baked goods, applesauce, drinks, alcoholic and non-alcoholic. So check out our concessions.
And our merch, if you think our t-shirts are really, really cute. We also have crop tops.
Which they are really, really cute.
I agree.
Yeah, I have about 2 t-shirts, 1 tank top, 1 sweatshirt. I've got a lot of stuff.
This is the only clothes I own that are not Philly Roller Derby merch.
All right, and we've got Loose Speed, lead jammer for the Loose Cannons, with Russian Bayou rushing on behind her. Couldn't resist. Loose Speed wisely calls off the jam strategically.
And the box has been emptied.
Good, love when everyone gets to play.
I don't know, I kind of like when they play down. I think it adds a little spice.
True, it adds some spice, although when I'm in that penalty box, it's a feeling of great shame, you know. You're in jail, you're in Derby jail. All right, and it looks like Speed Dial got hit by the Punks pivot Fury, but because Fury also got a penalty, Speed Dial is in the clear.
The jam ends with several penalty box inhabitants. We got both pivots and another blocker for the Germantown Loose Cannons.
And if you're unfamiliar with what we mean when we say a pivot, the skater that has a stripe on their head is the pivot for that team. Now they have the ability to become the jammer throughout the game by accepting something called a star pass. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll see a couple star passes today.
I would love to see a star pass. Somebody do one.
And we've got See Ya Later and Jessica as the jammers. Lead jam has been called for Jessica, with See Ya Later still struggling against those Germantown blockers. But it looks like she's gone out too. Got some good 2v1 blocking from the Punks.
Right as Jessica is about to call the jam off, she gets called on a penalty and is sent to the penalty box.
And
this will be a 2-minute jam.
Love a 2-minute jam. Exciting for us, exhausting for the skaters.
See Ya Later makes another pass around the pack.
Now this is See Ya Later's first season with PRD, but you would never tell from the way she skates. Oh. We saw a nice spin move before getting out of the track. All right, and we saw Jessica go right for that brace for re-entering.
Less than 10 seconds left in the jam. And right at the end, Jessica breaks through.
Gets a couple points before that jam is called off by the clock.
Roller derby requires strength, speed, and resilience like that 2-minute jam. But injuries can happen even to the toughest athletes, and that's where SISU Performance Physical Therapy comes in. Whether you're recovering from a sprain, dealing with chronic pain, or working toward peak performance, they are here to help you stay on the track. At SISU, they specialize in treating athletes of all levels.
Thank you, Sisu, for sponsoring us.
Yes, as someone who has needed physical therapy a many of times, having a good physical therapist makes all the difference. And we have Antidote as the lead jammer for this jam. Antidote, not only our skater extraordinaire and coach for the Cannons, but also runs our new skater program for Philly Roller Derby.
And a quick call out from Antidote.
Now, while this is the last game of the home team season, the fun doesn't have to end here. Please keep track of our social media to keep up to date of all things Philly Roller Derby. We have an Instagram, a Facebook I just learned today, and a TikTok where you can learn more. And a website. We also have a website.
We have a great website.
And Just Dandy is out of the pack lead jammer for this jam. Got some 1v1 with Bourbon and Roro Beast. And now Scrapple Roan. Oh, and seems that Scrapple has hit Bourbon to the out.
Bourbon taking a second to play as brace and attempt to do some defense on Just Dandy right there.
It's always fun to watch people switch from O to D like so quickly.
Apex jump! Apex jump!
All right.
It worked!
There was a moment of hesitation as to whether that was legal, but seems like it was. An apex jump is when typically a jammer decides, hey, I'm going to skip this line of blockers here, and I'm going to leap over the track like a gazelle. And whenever it happens, it's real special.
Again! And a call off! You can do it twice.
A very flashy end to that jam.
I apologize to our viewers for hearing me scream like a caveman when I saw an apex jump. I can't help it.
When you see it, you gotta scream. What you gonna do?
If you're liking what you're seeing and you want to support local roller derby here in Philadelphia, we would love for you to support the Paul Williams Scholarship Fund. Paul Williams loved his life in roller derby from 2007 until his death in August 2021. He enthusiastically participated in Philly Roller Derby as a manager, treasurer, and volunteer extraordinaire. He believed in effort, participation, and being the change that you want to see. He also knew very well that roller derby can be expensive, and he wanted all people to be able to participate in a sport that he thought was super fun.
Yes, roller derby is not a cheap sport, and if you want to support the Paul Williams Scholarship Fund, you can visit our website, Instagram, or I believe you can go to the check-in table and donate directly.
Yeah, our fund is running low. Your support helps our skaters play here and even abroad. We've had skaters go all the way to the Roller Derby World Cup.
And we saw Rager yield, knowing that they were outside of the zone of engagement, where you can only legally hit another player in that zone. And the jam ends with Dread Velvet able to sneak a couple of points there, I believe. All right, we're about a little halfway through the first half. Good moment to note that we have some halftime events happening. We have our wheel toss, another crowd favorite. If you purchase a wheel, you can toss onto the track and win some prizes. And we've got Lou Speed as lead jammer for the Cannons. We see Stabigail bringing back the Punks jammer.
We've got Cosmic Surge back on the track. Want to say congratulations. She'll be playing with Team Puerto Rico in 2026.
We had a nice hit it and quit it situation where you know that other jammer's right on your heels, so you're going to try to get as many points as you can and call it off real quick, which Loose Speed did with great success. I believe went through the entire pack.
We have some raffle prizes available up at the merch table. We got a $50 gift card to Raise Reusables. We have a PRD artist basket, which is art created by our own skaters and volunteers. We also have a $50 gift card toward Party Girl Bake Club. I've had several of their cakes. They are delicious.
You know, if I wasn't stuck in this booth, I'd probably be putting in a bunch of tickets for that PRD artist basket. Saw some great stuff in there. And we have Speed Dial as the lead jammer, hitting that Punks pack real hard.
Bourbon using that outside line to sneak out of there.
And we have our fantastic cheer squad hyping out the crowd.
Yeah, cheer Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Woo! Got some fancy footwear from Poison Ash, who, fun fact, used to play hockey.
And it shows.
It really does. Dread Velvet, bopping on past.
Now it looks like there's a little bit of a snafu with the helmet cover, but it is back on the cannons. And Poison Ash is lapping through the pack. Ooh, just got by Just Dandy just then to sneak out of the pack. Did not mean to do that wordplay, but love when it happens.
Another scoring pass for Poison Ash.
And we see Cass Warfare giving some offense for her own jammer, helping her get out, although I do believe she just got recycled. Normally recycling's a great thing, but when you're a jammer, it's not fun.
Punks are starting to close this gap between the point totals. Just a reminder that we have a wheel toss coming up at halftime. If you wish to throw a wheel and be very, very accurate at it and brag about it to all of your friends and win some prizes, go grab a wheel from one of our lovely volunteers here at the game.
Speaking of halftime, don't we have a lovely halftime show coming up?
We have a fantastic halftime show. If you notice, there's a bunch of people wearing blue and orange in the corner with pom-poms.
So definitely don't want to miss that. All right, we have Antidote as the lead jammer for the Cannons with Russian Bayou not far behind. We saw Loose Speed give some offense for their jammer just there, helping Antidote get through.
If you're hungry or thirsty in need of libations, make your way on over to our concession stand. Have some wonderful snacks made by members of PRD. And like wine and stuff.
We have all the blockers lining up in the very front near the pivot line.
Bourbon taking that inside line on the apex.
Taking advantage of that large run-up given by the blockers to really run up to that pack at full speed and get on through. Looks like Just Dandy was able to sneak a couple of points, possibly. Yes, before that jam was called off just then.
Looks like one.
Hey, it's not nothing.
One ain't nothing.
One ain't nothing. And when you have a game this close as this, 1 point can make all the difference.
Got about 5.5 minutes left in the half. How we feeling? I'm feeling great.
And we have Dread Velvet as the lead jammer for the Germantown Loose Cannons. Dizzy Burden also out of the pack.
Dread Velvet there using
a vintage jersey, one of our old, a Germantown classic.
It may be 2025, but it's 2012 in our hearts.
In our hearts, yes. Throwing out a really awesome design. I wonder who made that really cool design. Oh, it was my sister. That's why it's really cool.
Gorgina.
But back to the present. We have a Bourbon and I believe that's Loose Speed jamming. Loose Speed trying to snake up that inside, but unfortunately we saw a great assist from Fury helping her jammer get through. And we have the Punks getting ready. Taking a quick moment to deal with a wardrobe malfunction and that helmet cover falling off. We see some Punk blockers really getting in there to break up that blue pack to help their jammer get through. We always have to have at least one jammer on the track, otherwise that's kind of a boring game. So whenever a jammer goes to the box and there's already a jammer in the box, that second jammer will serve whatever penalty amount of time that the first jammer served. Always got to have at least one jammer. That does mean, though, we will have a full 2-minute jam.
Bourbon back on the track. Let's give a quick shout out to our safeties. Derby cannot happen without the support of these wonderful, wonderful people. Thank you for all that you do. Our safeties exist to keep the eyes on everybody's safety and well-being during gameplay. So if you get a chance, please thank them for being here and making sure all of our skaters are well taken care of. Thanks.
I know I need to personally thank the safeties for all they've helped me personally. Bit accident prone, and safeties are always there to help me. Love you.
Also at this game, we will be accepting non-perishable food donations, which will be given to Food Not Bombs. They've specifically requested peanut butter, jelly, or spices, but all unexpired, unopened goods will be accepted. Please donate an item, and you'll receive a voucher for a free concession or a raffle ticket. Limit of 1 voucher per person.
And right now we're having an official review. We want to give a big shout out to our officials for keeping roller derby safe. Without officials, I don't know, it might just be Fight Club then. So big thanks to our officials for keeping us all safe and keeping this game the sport that we love.
I just want to give a shout out to our professional hype man, Dale. He rules.
Now, as we're getting close to halftime, keep in mind we have wonderful merch for sale if you want to get decked out in the latest PRD gear, as well as concessions. And if you want to win one of those awesome raffle prizes, buy yourself a ticket and see if you get lucky.
Don't forget, we have a halftime show with Cheer Philadelphia.
Oh, and we have John. We just had our fabulous ref John give us a little insight that Passyunk Punks is requesting review on a clockwise block on number 19. Point of official reviews is to examine something that happened and say, should this maybe have happened a little bit differently?
As a bench coach, I've called several official reviews, and I have won 0 of them.
Hey, maybe next year is going to be your year.
It will be my year.
I think it will. I see taking this opportunity for both the teams to discuss some strategy, or maybe they're just chatting. I can't hear them. But for the rest of you, take this moment and maybe get some concessions, get yourself a fun PRD tank top, or just hang out and also wonder, what do we think about that clockwise block?
Did it happen? Did it not happen?
And the fabulous ref John has just informed me that it's no call stands if Punks has failed their official review.
Just want to give another shout out to our wonderful sponsors, 187 Killer Pads and 888. They are fantastic. They keep our heads, shoulders, knees, and toes safe. And that's important when you're playing a sport as physical as this.
And they've given us sparkly helmets. And being safe is great, but being sparkly, that's even greater. All right, and after the official review, we are back to play. Both jammers, and lead jammer has been called for number 33 Speed Dial. Russian Bayou right behind. Russian Bayou, one of our most veteran skaters. And Speed Dial calling off the jam. With only a little bit of time till halftime, we want to squeeze as many points as we can.
Our next jammer matchup is Dread Velvet and Boa Constrictor.
We see both teams getting in what we call a cheddar formation. You see those little tripod or triangles. That's what's happening.
A little bit of a pile up.
But everyone just gets back up and, dust themselves off. Dread Velvet taking advantage of some of the chaos and weaving through those blockers and then calling it off.
Got 1, maybe 2 more jams in this period.
We'll see. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll get 2.
During halftime, feel free to check out Jet Wine Bar. And also, if you don't want to check them out during halftime, check them out in the city. Come down to 1525 South Street in Philadelphia and check out the Wine Garden. Open Wednesday through Saturday. They have unique events and happy hour specials, and there's always something fun happening at Jet.
We've got Antidote for the Cannons and Bourbon for the Punks, both 2 very veteran skaters going head to head. But Antidote has snagged that lead. We have both the blue jammer and the red pivot going to the box, creating a power jam situation in favor of the Punks. And we see Mortal Coil giving some great offense for her jammer, allowing Bourbon to get on out of there. And we see Snickerdoodle giving some offense, just stopping that blue jammer from getting up to their jammer.
Opening a nice
Their
hole for
pack.
Bourbon right there.
And we see Stabagel trying to run that jammer back. Oh no, we have a bug in the booth. Crisis averted. And we have Bourbon making another lap. Fury and Antidote going head to head, but Antidote skating on through.
Just under 30 seconds left to go in this jam.
Red Scare catching Bourbon to the chest. But Bourbon skating on out of there.
Both teams racking up points. Not a big valley between them as we head into halftime.
And despite some coordinated offense from the Punks, we saw Cass go up and catch that jam at the very end.
Now that was a high-scoring jam for Bourbon. 24
What a
points.
great way to
Antidote's
end the
12.
half. What a great way to end the half. All right, now that we are at intermission, stick around for our halftime show.
From Cheer Philadelphia.
All right, in just a moment, we're going to get our fabulous halftime show from Cheer Philadelphia. Let's give them all a big shout out.
Hello, everyone. We are Cheer Philadelphia. We are Philly's first LGBTQ plus adult cheerleading team. We're all volunteers. We raise money for the local queer community in Philly and beyond. We have buckets here if you have it in your heart to donate. We can collect cash, or we have QR codes. We also will be facing this way, so if everyone over here would be interested, you can kind of fill in on this side to get a good look at us. Also, last year we raised over $9,000 for Philadelphia Fight and William Way. And just this Tuesday, for Giving Tuesday, we raised over $1,600 for our fund. So if you would help us keep that ball rolling, we would love it. But without further ado, we'd love to show you what we do. So yeah.
All right, everyone, in just a moment, it's going to be time for wheel toss. If you signed out for wheel toss, you can come on out on the track. We're going to start in just a moment. Bring your wheels.
What do you want me to hold?
If you don't mind.
I don't mind holding that. Last call for wheel toss. Buy a wheel, win a prize. The prize is right there. It's awesome. Buy your wheels at the merch stand, please. Last call for wheel toss. Anybody who has a wheel, line up on the outside line right here. Anywhere. You can be on this side, that side, just as long as you're on the outside. You have to get it in the box right here.
And please remember the number that is on your wheel. Take a picture. Take a mental picture like
Still Peach
Cam
Hopper.
Jansen. Remember that number on your wheel.
Still Peach Hopper? Peach? Yeah. Thank you, Peach. All right. Ready? Are we ready? Yeah. I think you're going to win again. Why not? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Toss your wheels. Oh, that's a good one. No. Here you go, Peach. Like that.
The winning number is 098. 098, this beautiful green wheel. Yeah! Congratulations, and thanks for playing wheel toss. Just wanted to take some time to shout out our wonderful sponsors, Sisu Performance Physical Therapy. They help us recover from sprains, chronic pain, or just helping our skaters work toward their peak performance. It's really fantastic work that they do over there. Please come check them out. They specialize in training athletes of all levels with personalized care that helps skaters and other folks recover fast, prevent injury, and perform at their best. From head to toe, and yes, we even treat pelvic health. Sisu has you covered.
And shout out to our wonderful NSO Barbs for keeping our track clean. Thank you, Barbs.
She's like the post office. Through rain or sleet or dark of night, she's here, keeping us in check.
We have about 3 minutes left of intermission, so if you need to grab yourself a quick drink or snack, you've got a couple of minutes.
If you like what you see, please consider a donation to the Paul Williams Scholarship Fund. It helps our skaters keep going on the track, especially those with financial hardship. Roller derby is an expensive sport. If you look at the cost of skates, you'd probably pass away. Our fund is currently running low, and some of our skaters really rely on this fund to keep playing our sport. So please make a donation to keep our skaters on the track. You can donate at the same link where you purchased your tickets at Philly Roller Derby, or go to phillyrollerderby.betterworld.org under the Paul Williams Scholarship Campaign. Every cent helps. Everybody give another shout out to Cheer Philadelphia. They put on a fantastic halftime show. And if you like what you see and you're interested in what we got going on here at Philly Roller Derby, we run boot camps to teach people how to skate from the ground up. If you're like a baby deer on ice, we got you. We'll strap some wheels on you, some helmet, elbow pads, knee pads, mouth guard. We got you covered. We'll teach you how to skate, and then if you really want to play roller derby, you can join our Cheese Skates program, where we teach you the game from bottoms up, and then you know, you can become like one of our fabulous skaters here. We have a lot of new skaters in the crop for the home team season, and we're really, really proud of them. They've done an excellent job this year, and they've grown so much.
Yeah, some of our skaters that you see today are freshly graduated from our Cheese Skates program. A lot of progress. If you want to be like them, feel free to join us.
And if you want to be like Antidote, the head of our Cheese Skates program, you have to skate for 20 years, but you know, you can get there.
All right, and we're about to end intermission very shortly, and we have a pretty close game going into the second half. We've got 118 and 106 in favor of the Loose Cannons, a very, not very large lead when it comes to roller derby, so still could be anybody's game.
That's only 3 laps around the track. All right, we've got 20 seconds to go, so if you're still out there getting concessions, getting some bevies, come back down and take your seats. The show's about to begin. Just another shout out to our wonderful officials who keep this game going, keep our skaters in check, and make sure we're all doing everything safely and securely, and by the rules.
And fun, keeping it fun. So shout out to our officials, we love you.
And our head ref, Ivy Drip.
Slayer, your presence is requested by the safety area, so please boot scoot over there as quick as you can. Oh, there she goes. Thanks, Slayer.
She's on the move. A woman about town. If you're here for the punks, say ah. If you're here for the cannons, say ah. If you don't care who wins, say yay.
All right, and the official has called 5 seconds. Those 5 seconds are the most tense seconds of your life when you're just waiting for it to start.
Got Dizzy Borden breaking out of the pack for the Passyunk Punks. Antidote coming around for score and pass.
And we saw Bayou and Antidote go head to head before Antidote called off the jam.
More like hip to hip. Because you are not allowed to headbutt in roller derby.
It's an excellent point, Peach. Thank you. Thank you for keeping me honest.
That would be called a high block, and you would be sent to the penalty box.
And I have.
You've headbutted somebody?
Not on purpose.
Okay. All right, we got Bourbon up against Speed Dial.
Both packs starting near the pivot line, giving lots of run up for those two jammers to hit at full speed. And speaking of speed, there goes Speed Dial, getting lead jammer for this jam.
Bourbon tiptoeing along that inside line to get out of that pack.
We saw Grand Larceny using the opposing pack in their favor to hold on to that jammer. We saw Speed Dial just sneak by that Punks pack on the inside line, doing a quick little spin move before calling it off. Love when I see fun little spin moves from jammers. It's so fun.
I know.
It's like dancing.
I was going to say it's like a tornado.
A beautiful dancing tornado.
Gorgeous.
And we've got Boa Constrictor and Dread Velvet as our jammers. And we have Dread Velvet running up that inside line to become lead jammer. And Boa Constrictor is out as well.
Got the cannons putting the squeeze on the Punks right there to allow
Seeing
Dread
Brash
Velvet
Knuckles and Bruise Crews giving some offense to help their jammer get through.
Yeah.
Very nicely done. Next up, we have Dizzy Borden for the Punks and Lou Speed jamming for the Cannons. Got one red blocker in the box, and so we have those three remaining Punks up at the front. Got Striker and Bayou holding on to that blue jammer as Dizzy Borden gets out for the Punks, becoming the Punks lead jammer.
Antidote takes a star pass.
Love seeing a star pass.
Is that the first star pass of the game? No.
Meaning that Antidote is now the jammer for this jam, and there's no longer a pivot. And with a glorious leap at the very end, the jam ends. Star pass is a great thing to do when you are stuck in the pack and you cannot get past the wall, and you throw past that star so that someone can get out ahead.
Just give that hat to your friend and hope it gets you some points.
We have Bourbon and Speed Dial jamming for this jam. Bourbon for the Punks and Speed Dial for the Cannons. Both are currently struggling against their respective packs. And despite a hit from Fury, Speed Dial has come up ahead as the lead jammer. Bourbon just getting past Just Dandy to get out ahead as well. And that's Speed Dial calling off the jam just as Bourbon approaches the pack, wisely saying, I better call this off before Bourbon gets any points.
Passyunk Punks calling a timeout. Taking a second to regroup. Maybe just take a breather. Germantown Loose Cannons are being recalled back to the bench. Perhaps for some chit-chat.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun, but I wish the fun could keep going after the game was over.
But it can.
Tell me more.
Well, we'll be having an after party. at Philadelphia Brewing Company at 2440 Frankfurt Avenue in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. They got 10 draft lines and a full bar. And you can order your own food.
I'm going to be there. You going to be there, Peach?
DVD.
Well, the rest of you should come too and give Peach FOMO. We're starting with one jammer in the box, meaning that the Punks have an opportunity to give all offense for their jammer.
We have Bourbon back jamming for the Punks.
We have an attempted run up the inside, but had to run back due to going out of bounds, and Bourbon is through.
Punks clear, a nice path for Bourbon to scooch on through there.
And we have Fury providing the assist for Bourbon to get on through, but then Bourbon got hit out by Just Dandy, forcing her to recycle in the back and do it all over again.
Okay, we got Speed Dial back in for some blonde on blonde violence.
And we have Speed Dial getting recycled in for the Punks despite some help from their pivot. And Bourbon for the Punks has got through the pack again.
Well, the Punks are holding Speed Dial at bay for now.
Speed Dial going up against a very impressive array of blockers. I do not envy them.
Bourbon through once again. Already have 12 points on the board for this jam. Bourbon calls the jam with about 30 seconds to go. Almost closing that gap. The points stand at 136, 130 in favor of the Cannons. It's anybody's game. I don't know about you, I'm getting nervous. I'm like kind of sweaty.
I know, I'm getting excited.
Yeah.
We have Boa Constrictor for the Punks and Loose Speed for the Cannons jamming for... And Loose Speed has run on through on the outside very quickly, giving them lead jammer for this jam.
And Strickler breaks out of the pack right after.
Lone Rager hitting the blue jammer out, forcing them to recycle in the back.
Boa Constrictor takes a penalty for cut track, which is when you re-enter the track ahead of a skater. You should have gone back in behind. Oh, we're at a 2-minute jam. Boa Constrictor is released from the box.
Even though she did not fully serve her time, but again, we have to have at least one jammer out on the track, and Boa Constrictor taking advantage of that confusion to run through the pack. We've got Snickerboodle going one-on-one against the blue jammer. Now I've got Cosmic also getting a one-on-one with the blue jammer. And Boa Constrictor has gone through the pack once again. Got Boa Constrictor and Stabagale, along with Cast Warfare, two-person blocking machine. And after struggling against the blue blockers, Boa Constrictor is out of, and the jam ends, ending a very tiring-looking 2-minute jam.
Just a 6-point difference in this score. Oh, 2 points.
And I believe we have a lead change. Give it up for exciting. We have a lead change. Now the Punks are out ahead by 2 points. Ooh, ooh. We have Dizzy Borden jamming for the Punks, and Just Dandy jamming for the Cannons, and we have lead jam has been called in favor of the Punks, but Just Dandy is right behind them.
Ooh, jammer on jammer violence. Just Dandy knocks out Dizzy Borden.
Just Dandy taking the opportunity to knock the Punks jammer out of bounds. Dizzy Borden ending that jam out of that after that jammer on jammer nastiness that we love to see. I believe we have an official
We have an official timeout.
official timeout. Take this opportunity to cheer for your favorite team. We've got our best hype man out there working the crowd.
Dale, thank you for everything you do. We very much appreciate it.
And thank you to all of our volunteers for helping today run smoothly. Philly Roller Derby takes a lot of people power to make it work, so whether you're a non-skating official, or you're working the concession stands, or you're keeping our track tape on, we appreciate everything you do. We've got Dread Velvet and Bourbon jamming, both typically pivots, putting on their jamming hats. Both two very powerful skaters.
Dread Velvet was assessed a penalty for a cut track, but Bourbon had taken off her helmet cover, so she could not become lead jammer, making this a 2-minute jam.
Those punk blockers taking advantage of not having a jammer to deal with to give some offense for their own jammer. And Bourbon sends one of the blue blockers flying in order to get through, skating off by one skate, sneaking up that inside line. And Dread Velvet is back in the pack. Going up against Lone Ranger and Fury, two powerful blockers. And Bourbon has got out once again. It's another 4 points. And Dread swoops out on that outside to get past the blockers.
Bourbon is assessed a penalty for skating out of bounds.
And the Cannons are ready to assist their jammer. We see Cass Warfare making a hole in the middle for her jammer to get on through. And the jam ends before Fury and Dread Velvet can really go head to head, or chest to chest, I should say.
The Punks are holding a narrow lead at 157 to 152.
Punks are narrowly holding on to their lead by 6 points. And in the next mashup, we have Boa Constrictor jamming for the Punks and Loose Speed jamming for, not Loose Speed. Both jammers are struggling against their packs, and Boa Constrictor is out. Lead jammer for this jam. Poison Ash holding on to the Cannons jammer, but the Cannons jammer has gone past as well. Snickerdoodle and Ash giving some offense for their jammer. We now have another power jam scenario due to a track cut. have that blue tripod holding on and locking down that jammer before getting some assists from Poison Ash and getting out. Bow Constructor calling off the jam before the blue jammer can re-enter the pack, meaning that they are going to start the next jam. The Cannons are going to start this next jam without their jammer and without their pivot.
Punks still hold a narrow 10-point lead.
We are starting this on a power jam for Punks. And that oof from the crowd means there's a hard hit, but everyone's up and keeps going.
Jammer on jammer violence.
That power jam advantage not lasting terribly long before both jammers are in and struggling against their opposing packs.
And Dizzy Borton secures the lead jammer status.
We've got Bayou holding on to that blue jammer, forcing the jammer to recycle behind. We've got the Cannons really locking down that Punks jammer. Just a tight, strong wall. Got Roro Beast holding back that jammer. Both packs at a standstill with two very strong blocker packs for the jammers to try to get past. And we have a star pass.
But the jam is called.
And the Punks has called for an official review.
If you want to keep hanging out with us after the game, we have our after party at Philadelphia Brewing Company at 2440 Frankfurt Avenue in Philadelphia. 10 draft lines and a full bar. Come hang, come party. It's cool.
Punks taking this opportunity to do some quick team bonding. We love to see it.
Huzzah.
Blowing the announcers a kiss will not sway us in your favor, but nice try.
We have journalistic integrity here. Just want to give another shout out to our sponsors, 187 Killer Pads, Jet Wine Bar, and Sisu PT. They keep us strong, they keep us safe, and they keep us
Tipsy.
tipsy.
Not in that order.
Bless them. And also, congratulations to our very own Cosmic Surge, who will be playing with Team Puerto Rico in 2026. And you know what? Give a shout out to yourselves. Thanks to our beautiful fans who came out on this cold December day. Yeah.
This is the most that Philly Roller Derby has in terms of skater membership since the pandemic, and we have to thank you all for keeping us strong and helping us recover from that time. So shout out to yourselves. And the Punks has requested an official review on a back block to number 9, and they have won that official review. That means that number 9, the jammer for the Cannons, has to go to the box to serve their time.
And Jessica returns to the bench to jam another day, or another jam.
Meaning that we are starting once again on a power jam start in favor of the Punks,
With Fury jamming.
using that official review very strategically. And we've got Fury jamming for the Punks, taking advantage of that power jam to get some off runs from their own players, skate on through and gain the lead jam status. Roro getting around that offense to hit Fury. Gets knocked down herself, and Fury is out once again.
And the full slate of players are back on the track.
And we have a successful star pass on part of the Cannons, or I guess not yet till she has it on. And now we have a successful star pass on part of the Cannons.
And the jam is called.
Fury calls off the jam before Pivot Dread can become the jammer and score some points.
We got Boa Constrictor for the Punks up against Speed Dial for the Cannons.
And Speed Dial gets hit out by Poison Ash, forcing them to go into the back and do it all over again. Snickerboodle holding on to that opposing jammer before Speed Dial almost got out in the front, but then nicked by Cosmonauti, again forcing them to recycle in the back. We are in another power jam scenario.
Loving the festive name for Cosmonauti this
Almost
hockey
got-
season.
Speed Dial almost got hit out by Poison Ash, but was able to hang on to that one skate and get on through. Despite getting tripped by one of the opposing skaters, Speed Dial manages to stay in bounds and continue on.
And Constrictor is back out of the pack. Power jam for the Punks.
Speed Dial attempting to call off the jam, but right before they could, they got a penalty, meaning that this will continue for 2 full minutes. Punks playing some offense to let their jammer snake on through. Got Cosmonauti sweeping the in to make space for their jammer, and the jam is called off.
And the Cannons call a timeout. Just a reminder that we are taking non-perishable food donations to be given to Food Not Bombs. They have requested peanut butter, jelly, or spices, but all unexpired, unopened goods will be accepted. If you happen to have any cans or boxes on your person, please donate them and you will win a free concession.
And since this is our last home team game of the season, that means this is our last chance to check out one of our newest pieces of merch, a hometown logo drink koozie from each of our home team teams. I personally have one of each, so I don't show favoritism.
That's really respectable.
Timeouts, great opportunity to do a quick cheer.
And the timeout is over. And players will turn to the track and get this going. We got Dread Velvet up against Russian Bayou.
And Dread Velvet has lead jammer status, with Russian Bayou not far behind her. Russian Bayou sneaking up there just as Dread Velvet calls off the jam.
That was easy breezy, beautiful jamming right there. Hot damn.
They do make it look easy. It's not.
They make it look so easy.
Next up, we have 24 Bourbon jamming for the Punks. And
It's
number
100 Antidote.
And Bourbon is the lead jammer for the Punks. And Bourbon getting just past those blue blockers before calling off the jam before Antidote has a chance to sneak up.
I always love that turn around and slide backwards, stop, call off the jam move.
The turning toe stop.
Yeah, turning toe stop, that's it. It's like watching the Akira slide on a motorcycle. I never get sick of it.
It's very satisfying. Satisfying to watch and satisfying to do. And we have Boa Constrictor jamming for the Punks, and up at the front we have Speed Dial up against Poison Ash, and they have gotten through, meaning that we have number 33, Speed Dial, as the lead jammer for the Cannons. Got Roro Beast trying to stop that Punks jammer, but the Punks jammer has gone out as well. And the Cannons is going to start with one of their blockers in the box. We have Jessica jamming for the Cannons and Dizzy Borden jamming for the Punks. And Jessica has gone out of the pack first, giving her lead jam status. Jessica going through the arms of two of the Punks blockers to get on through. And we've got the Cannons blockers providing offense for their jammer in this power jam scenario before getting hit out by Russian Bayou. Punks managing to resist the offense of the power jam to hold that opposing jammer.
Ooh.
Cosmonauty taking a hit to the chest and bringing Jessica back, and Jessica saying, nope, I'm calling this. Still strategically giving the Cannons a power start advantage at the beginning of this next jam.
Cannons send out Antidote for their power start.
Just Dandy holding back that final blocker for Antidote to skate past. Antidote going through a scoring pass, trying to rack up those points for the Cannons, while the Punks jammer is still on their initial. And we have a successful star pass on part of the Punks. And the Cannons using that opportunity to get several points on the scoreboard, closing that gap.
Just about 6 minutes left to go in the game. As we've been saying before, and as I'll say it again, it's anyone's game here.
We've got Boa Constrictor for the Punks and Speed Dial for the Cannons. Roro Beast holding on to that. Despite that final hit from Just Dandy, Boa Constrictor is now the lead jammer for the Punks. And the Punks are holding their ground, hoping to string out the pack and create a no-pack situation, meaning that their jammer can continue without any obstacles. But unfortunately, before that could happen, Boa Constrictor got a penalty, meaning that they are now in the box, and we have a power jam flipped now in favor of the Cannons. That power jam not lasting too long as Boa Constrictor re-enters the pack, and we're back to 2 jammers. Speed Dial lapping around the pack. Boa Constrictor finally exiting as well. Load Rager and Poison Ash holding on into that jammer until they were forced to cede. And
Not to sound corny, but Boa, with the help of fellow blockers, has been really able to snake through these Cannons blockers.
See what you did there. We have Stabigail getting the full force from that jammer, and now the Cannons are trying to hold on to that jammer. They're recycling, despite some offense from the Punks.
Have Blue Jammer back in the box and will remain there until the start of the next jam.
We have Russian Bayou jamming for the Punks. Power jam situation. Cannons are doing their best to contain her. With Dread Velvet and Cast Warfare recycling to hold her. But Russian Bayou has lived up to her namesake and just rushed on by them to get lead jam status. Russian Bayou, another scoring pass. With Speed Out for the Cannons out of the pack as well. We saw a nice little hop from the Punks jammer on the inside, getting past those blockers and then calling it off. We've only got about 2 more minutes left of the game, so let's hear you cheer for your favorite team. And we've got Gender Bender jamming for the Punks, which I don't think we've seen them jam today, so that's exciting. Then we got Antidote jamming for the Cannons.
Gender Bender against lead jammer, but Antidote is closing in. And they call it.
That's Gender Bender saying, I'm going to end my first jam on a high note and make sure Antidote doesn't get any points.
They got lead, and that's what counts. Big smiles on the side of the Punks. Just about a minute left to go in the period. We got Dread Velvet and Boa Constrictor.
Nice. And the Cannons have noticed just in time they had a blocker in the box, meaning they had too many skaters on the track, but Red Scare was able to fix that just the last nick of time.
Sick knee slide.
Boa Constrictor doing a cool landing on her knees before getting up and continuing, still in bounds.
Dread Velvet still fighting through the pack.
Jess Dandy catching that Punks jammer at the last minute. And Boa Constrictor has gotten past those two Cannon blockers up at the front. Dread Velvet almost making it out, but putting a skate out of bounds, therefore having to go in the back, drawn back by Cosmonauti. Jessica hitting one of the Punks blockers, apparently not legally, in order to help their jammer get through. So we now have a pivot in the box. And Boa Constrictor calling off that jam.
And the unofficial score sits at 183 to 13 in favor of the Punks.
It's still an unofficial score. It ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till the referee sings on their whistle. I'm noticing some fantastic signs from the crowd. Some crafty people out there making some really cool signs. And with that whistle, we have our final score, with the Passyunk Punks winning with 213 points. You may say everyone lining up on the track to give the skaters a high five. So if you want to come give some pats and shout outs to your favorite skater, come on out on the track. And congratulations to our winners, the Passyunk Punks.
Give them a high five. Give them $5. Let them know you love them.
That was a close game with some fantastic lead changes, a real nail biter, and some fantastic athleticism from both teams involved.
Thank you so much for coming out to our last home team game of 2025. We'll see you next year with some home teams, but also our travel teams. We play right here at Hockey Dek. We hope to see you soon.
Now let's give it up for our Germantown Loose Cannons. This was the last PRD game of 2025. Thank you so much for a wonderful year. We look forward to coming back in 2026, giving you more roller derby.
Thanks for coming to listen to us yap. We have been your hosts. I'm Peach Clobber.
And I'm the Death Stare.
And we'll see you soon.
And if you want to see us real soon, come to the after party at Philadelphia Brewing Co. That's on 2440 Frankfurt Avenue, Philadelphia, PA 19125. We have 10 draft lines and a full bar, and you can bring your own food. So if you want to come hang out with all the folks over at Philly Roller Derby, join us there. And stick around for our MVP awards. After each game, each team awards the other team a most valued blocker and a most valued jammer. Although in my eyes, you're all the real MVPs. Congratulations to all those skaters for letting us have fun and having us have fun and watching you do something that you love. Thank you, Philly. Thank you so much for coming out and seeing our last home team game of the season. We would not be here without all of our wonderful fans, so thank you for keeping us going.
Okay, I have some MVP awards to bequeath unto people. Death Stare, do you have the prizes? All right. For the Passyunk Punks, our most valuable blocker is number 350, Snickerbroodle. And our most valuable jammer is number 717, Boa Constrictler. For the Germantown Loose Cannons, our most valuable blocker is number 11, Roro Beast.
Thank you.
And most valuable jammer for the Cannons is number 9, Loose Speed.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Go get a picture.